that heart. Genitals should not have scars. See, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten a light rain here in Erie, Pennsylvania, day 5 of the Pennsylvania circumcision crisis protest. A major TV station was already out here earlier today, interviewed us and photographed the protest here, Bloodstained Men in Erie, Pennsylvania, and you can see this mega intersection that our planner, David Atkinson, found for us. Just thousands of cars an hour, ladies and gentlemen. And even as I'm talking, the rain's coming down a little harder. Yeah, the wind just picked up. The wind picked up. We're hoping it won't downpour, but Artanis, we were at the billboard earlier today. Now we're in light rain. Hopefully it won't get any heavier here in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yep. This city has been pretty curious and interested in our protests. I've gotten a lot of encouragement and support, and that's probably been the most dominant thing. But there has been some cutters here, and they've been very passionate. So it's been an interesting protest today.
And Luke Artanis, I was so inspired and moved by standing beneath Bloodstained Men's massive billboard in Buffalo. Thank you for joining us there. There's the hearts on the screen for Luke Artanis. Many hearts flashing across the screen for Luke Artanis. PK, you have a minute to talk to us.
Hey, sure.
So this is day 5. How's this tour going, Pete?
It's going great so far. We've seen a lot of positive feedback, some negative, but the crew has handled it really well. I've been impressed how everyone's been able to keep their emotions in check a little bit as they respond.
And right now, my screen is telling me Alon Sivrani from Israel is watching, and you have actually met Alon and had lunch with him.
Yeah, I was over in Israel on business, and we had dinner at a place in Tel Aviv, and hi Alon. He told me all about the many challenges of doing this work over in places like Jerusalem, and just places where he doesn't feel safe. Here we might feel a little threatened personally now and then, but it's very rare that we don't feel safe. But over there, every day he goes out, he's got to make sure that no one's stabbing him in the back and things like that. So
yeah, literally stabbing him in the back.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, he's had knives pulled on him, and yeah, it's been intense for him. Thank you for your work there, Alon. Gwendolyn Marie is watching us. Thank you, PK, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.
Talk to you soon.
David Atkinson, going to come around and talk to you, or?
But if you do, then you'll block the penis mutilation sign.
Well, then I'll stand here and hold this with
Perfect.
one hand, and I can hold the sign and talk to you.
Thank you.
David Atkinson, this tour, this is day 5. This is an amazing intersection that you found. When you saw it on Google Maps, I imagine you thought, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I was eager to come to Erie because we've never been here before, and it's a mid-sized city in Pennsylvania. And I zoomed in on Google Maps and I found this place, and I said, okay, I don't need to look any further in the city because this place is the best place. So we have good crosswalks everywhere, we have traffic everywhere, and it's going very well. We have lots of people honking at us.
And we had a major TV network came out and interviewed us.
That's true. The Erie local TV station came and took some footage, and hopefully they will air something at some point.
Yeah. Well, thank you, David Atkinson. And tomorrow we will be in a town named Cranberry Township.
Yeah,
That's the name of the city.
I believe it is, and it's a little bit confusing because I think there's a different Cranberry Township also in Pennsylvania that's quite small and in the middle of nowhere. So make sure you navigate to the right place if you're planning to come to that event. But the one that we will be in is just a suburb north of Pittsburgh, and so we're driving down to the Pittsburgh area this evening. And Cranberry Township should be an interesting protest, a similar location to this. So hopefully it will be similar rain or less rain.
And many hearts across the screen for David Atkinson,
Yay!
co-director and CEO of Bloodstained Men. And David Atkinson, I remain really excited about our plans for next year.
Yeah, I was looking at the map last night of Arizona, New Mexico, and the western part of Texas, which is also mostly places we've never been before. And there's lots of big cities there too, so we can make a lot of progress in that area early next year.
And we're penciling that in for sometime in February into March.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, David Atkinson. We'll talk to you again tomorrow in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. It's a suburb basically of Pittsburgh, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Thank you, David. And ladies and gentlemen, you can see we're just surrounded by traffic coming at us in every direction. It's just a...
Thank you!
It's just a major commercial intersection, retail and commercial intersection here in Erie, Pennsylvania. We're going to talk to more people, but I'll let you see. You can see we've got several protesters over on that corner. I believe that's Christina Love on that corner. We've got a couple of protesters over there. And a lot of people have been taking pictures from their cars. Here's a man who's gotten out of his car, and he's getting a picture of us. Thank you, sir.
Hey, man, let me give you a card.
He believed in circumcision of boys and the dead in their penis, and he also believed in putting carbolic acid on the clitoris of little girls. Oh, wow. There's a good
So you can see David Wilson educating a man who actually took a picture and a card. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce to you two Ohio moms. Drove over from which area was that?
We're near Canton.
Near Canton, Ohio.
Yep.
This is Kayla and Crystal, both veterans of Bloodstained Men protest. Oh, I love your hat.
Yeah.
Bloodstained Men, we did not consent.
Got a little bit of everything.
And you have both been antagonists for quite a number of years, and you've also been to GIAW in Washington, D.C.
Right. That was 2019, I think. Yeah. Yep.
So, Kayla, why don't you... I know I've interviewed you in the past, and it's good to be back out here, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's good to be here with you guys.
I last saw you in New Orleans at
2
the
years
AAP
ago.
convention. Has it been 2 years now?
It was,
Isn't
yeah.
that amazing?
Which is crazy. Yeah, 2 years this month. I think the end of this month would be 2 years. Yeah.
So, Kayla, you and Crystal drove 2 hours to be here. Why does this issue matter that much to you that you would put that kind of time into joining us here on the front line?
I mean, we have sons, and we know what happens to other people's sons, and although we knew that wasn't going to be done to our sons, it still hurts to know that there are other boys suffering out there whose parents don't know that they need to protect them from this. So whatever we can do to educate people or make people aware that this is a thing, this is a bad thing that's happening, that's been normalized and been I don't know, made acceptable supposedly. people need to know that they don't need to hurt their babies.
It's terrible, isn't it? I mean, it's
Yeah.
just such a gross injustice.
Yeah,
And
is.
parents don't know.
Yeah.
They trust their doctors, and their doctors betray them.
exactly. And generation after generation, you think that's just what you do, but not anymore. Our generation, we are breaking the cycle. Our
And you
boys
have
don't
two
have to
sons.
go through that. Right.
And how old
Yeah.
are they now?
They are 5 and 7.
5 and
Yeah.
7, and obviously, just like men around the world, young boys around the world, no problems.
Right. Thankfully, I learned about circumcision and really the details about it before they were born. And yeah, I knew right then that was never going to be done to my boys, and it didn't. And thankfully, they've never had any kind of problems at all.
Kayla, tell our viewers, many of our viewers do know what forced retraction is, but we might have other new viewers who don't know what forced retraction is and how that it creates a cycle of injury that then doctors will often use to recommend circumcision of an intact boy.
And baby boys are born with their foreskin actually like fused to the rest of their penis. It's not meant to be pulled back. Being retracted is a function that happens later in life, usually. We wish, right?
I did. Sorry for breaking off in that, Kayla,
okay,
but
that was bizarre.
so interesting. A little bit of character here on the front lines. So go ahead. You were talking about the foreskin is fused.
Yeah, in a baby, basically, it's like your fingernail on your finger. It's not meant to naturally separate at that point. That's something that comes later with the boy adjusting himself and hormones. When puberty hormones kick in, things change down there. But at that point, they're an undeveloped sex organ. It's not supposed to be manipulated, retracted. Basically doing that would tear things, allow tears, allowing bacteria to enter, causing infection, things like that. No, just leave it alone. It functions how it's supposed to. It cleans itself up until puberty. That's the worst thing you can do is retract a foreskin on a baby, on a child.
So just leave it alone.
Yes, leave it alone, basically. Treat it like a finger. Yeah, that's all I do with my boys. Leave it alone. They've never had an issue. They don't leave it alone because they're boys, but that's their thing. That's not my job.
Thank you, Kayla, for joining us from Canton area in Ohio and driving a couple miles to join us. And it's so important that motorists see American moms out here with the Bloodstained Men Road Crew protesting this travesty, this injustice against American boys.
Agreed.
And ladies and gentlemen, we last talked to Crystal that's welcome to Erie, I believe is what he said.
Yes, I think so.
Crystal, we last talked to you 2 years ago. It's amazing. 2 years ago, we stood outside the Memorial Convention Center.
Yes.
And I asked you why you were here.
Yes, I have been a proud intactivist for going on 14 years now. I have a son that's almost 13, and during my pregnancy with him, I really started researching circumcision and decided it wasn't going to be done to my children. So I've just gotten more and more involved in the last few years,